The field has been narrowed to the final four here at the Pro Rough Stock Portland Open. Last week, bareback rider Brian Bain blazed the trail with an 87-point ride on Groundy Bridwell's Gypsy Soul. In bull riding, McKenna Wimberly will hope to regain the season lead from Dave Samsel. And in saddle bronc riding, J.J. Elsher has won the last 5 PRS events that he's entered. But he'll have a lot of work ahead of him if he's going to catch long-go winner Jay Blackwell after Blackwell's 88-point opening round ride. This is the Wrangler Final Four Showdown round of the 2014 PRS Portland Open. So glad you could join us here tonight in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. We're at Veterans Memorial Coliseum in a part of the city they call the Rose Quarter. Hi everybody, I'm Justin McKee along with PBR finalist Cord McCoy and world champion bareback rider Kelly Timberman. And Cord, let's talk about bareback riding first of all. Brian Bain is from Oregon. He's going to have the home state crowd behind him. He is on the outside of the top 12 looking in, wanting to get in, and he's going to have a lot of people trying to help him make that major move in the standings here tonight.
Well, he won this event a year ago when it was in Redmond, Oregon, not only his home state, but his hometown. And right now he's 16th in the standings, and it's pretty simple. He finished in the top 2 here. He moves right into the top 12.
You know, and Bain also rode good when we were up the coast in Everett, Washington, where he finished second to Josie Young. But Josie did not make it to the Wrangler Final Four Showdown round in this show.
Yeah, it was a tough break for Josie. He didn't score enough to qualify for the Wrangler Final Four round, but he's earned enough points to just close that gap with 163 points right behind Justin McDaniels, our season leader in the bareback riding. The guy who really has a shot tonight is Cimarron Gerke, sitting 3rd in the world, 2nd after the Longo with an 85-point ride on twice shy of Barty Pro Rodeo, has a golden opportunity tonight to move up in the standings.
So a guy we haven't talked about much is Morgan Wild. I love the name because you need to be Mo Wild if you're going to ride bareback horses. He's out of Idaho. Paddy Wagon. I love the name of that horse, too, from Tim Bridwell Rodeo Company. And look at this combo.
Paddy Wagon, she just turns her head out and goes to bucking. I mean, I don't think even her front shoulders barely passed the plane before her back feet were over her head. What a good horse. Kind of surprising right out here. Really bucks, really kicks over her head every jump. He's really trying to stay up on that rigging, but he's not getting a hold with those feet. You got to use your feet. You got to use your total body to stay on that rigging.
That left foot's better than the right foot, though, and I think that's the foot the both judges are looking at because look at this score. 87 points. Mo Wild.
He'd be thankful. That was a good score, but he drew a great horse.
All right, here is Shane Morin, who needs an 86 to take the lead. Shane is from Banks, Oregon, on Sourdough from Bridwell Rodeo Company.
National Finals horse, really going to set up right here. You know, this is one of those horses that everybody wants to draw. He's got a lot of motion that front end, but really feels good to ride. This young man, he just isn't starting either.
No, Kelly, that did not look fun.
I don't want to draw that horse. He looked like
he
had some moves and got long. I was hurt watching that horse go.
You know, the difference between a strong horse and a long horse is, you know, even though they're going down the pin, if a horse is keeping consistent with his front end, his feet are close together, and he's not really moving away, the horse is good to ride. That young man didn't get a good start, so he was chasing all the way, and that made that horse feel, I'm sure, a lot worse than he really was.
All right, here's Cimarron Gerke. All he needs is a 78 to take the lead. The number 3 rider in points for the season. Now he busted his face at the last stop in Loveland. He's on Capone.
Good start, a little tight with that 3rd and 4th jump, and then right there, looked like he almost clipped the foot and off the fence and got set back.
Oh, man, he is hung up. At Loveland, he took he went head first into the panels. He got stitches. He's still hung there, guys. Good golly, pickup man trying to slow this horse down, and it's a good thing Cimarron's athletic and can keep his feet. And when they get that horse stopped, they get his hand out of there.
You know, that's the hardest part of any situation when it comes to bareback riding. If you get bucked off away from your hand, you are going to get bucked. You're going to get hung up. There's binds that are built up in that glove and that rigging to literally keep you in there, and there's no way to open that hand to get it out. And you know, that's exhausting. It hurts. I mean, everything you could think of. And, you know, luckily, like you said, Cimarron's an athletic guy. But the best part about it is he's short, too, so it kept him, you know, kept his feet up off the ground and not being able to drag underneath that horse. Rigging stayed tight. He pulled a good rig.
You know what I didn't see?
At least he's safe.
I did not see panic from Cimarron or the pickup men. Yeah, that was Mitch Coleman getting a rope on that horse. As we go now to Brian Bain. Here's the matchup. Here's the guy that's 16th in points this year. Rides great up here in his home country. Raggedy Ann from Bridwell.
Oh, buddy, he just went to spurn as soon as she left the chutes. Look at him go. We talk about exposure for a big guy. Man, oh man, what a great ride. And I know what that feels like to be able to ride in front of your hometown crowd, to have that horse, to know which ways it's going to go. He just grit his teeth, bear down, and just made a great bareback ride.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I hear somebody shout jalapeno, because this one is hot. Oh, this one's going to be big.
More money.
Oh, big money. Big money. Brian Bain, big points, numbers. Looks like he's been building fence or working out for 2 or 3 hours right there. 90.5. He is going to win here again in his home state. A huge, huge win for Brian Bain over Morgan Wild. Let's hear how the champ liked his home state championship.
I love these events. They're a lot of fun. I'm going to try to go to as many as I can and go to that finals and hopefully make a little run at Justin McDaniel.
Oh, I'd hate to have Brian Bain in my rearview mirror. We're loading the chutes for bull riding. Willis Trosclair, who almost won the world title a year ago, is back. Welcome back to Veterans Memorial Coliseum at the Rose Quarter here in Portland, Oregon. We're ready for bull riding, and Cord, I would imagine as we look at the matchups, we may be looking at yet another change in the season lead.
Well, if I had my guess, Wimberley is going to edge above Dave Sansel this week, and here is why. If you look at the matchups, Shane Rickley matched up against Buttercup, a very rideable bull, and he is riding the best he ever has on the PRS Tour. If he covers this bull, the heat is on McKenna Wimberley. And you know McKenna Wimberley, you back him up in the corner, that's when he performs. And that's why it's going to be an exciting finish right here in Portland.
Let's get to the action. Willis Trosclair is going up against a bull called Four of Hearts. Now, we want to show you the last time we saw Four of Hearts. This is Jake Surratt, and look at the reaction.
Oh, I tell you what, I don't know if Willis seen this play, but that could be a scary bull. He kind of ended up between the horns and flipped around and surprised where he was at.
All right, Willis Trosclair, don't let that be you. Here's the guy who finished second for the World Championship last year. He's just trying to get back amongst the top 12 here in Portland, and he could do it with a right here. Hey, fakes left, little bitty look left, goes right and down inside the well.
You'd be amazed. That's a lot of similarity between him and Jake. You see how that bull kind of went to the end of the gate and backed up underneath both those guys. The next guy getting on him, it might want to watch for that. See, hop, kind of just backed it, left a hole for Willis to dive into, and boy, he knows he's got them horns, don't he?
He gets right down in the old meat grinder right there.
Thanks, bullfighters.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jason McCall. We had about 155 pounds of ground round bull rider. So now we go to Mike Sparks on Wildcat 2. Here's another one from Two Bucks Rodeo Bulls, and old Sparks out of Caldwell, Idaho, is going to try to get the first ride in this Wrangler Final Four championship round.
Good, got right around to the right, back to the right now. Oh, you're right there to the whistle. Don't reach down just yet. You got to take one for the team right there.
Oh, golly, got close. Here's a Rocky replay. Looked good, one round there. His head popped up, but he looked like he got back, got his arm down. Everything was, looky there. Bowed down to front. Little hesitation with his upper body.
He did, but you just got to trust yourself just a little bit. I think he thought he was in way more trouble than he really was. If he'd just relax for another round, oh man, you get you one of them.
Here's old Buttercup.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got a really good bull, a sweet bull, that's the perfect name. But I'd hate to call home and tell everybody that I bucked off a Buttercup.
You don't fall off Buttercup. And Shane, he kind of backdoors, floating his feet there one time. I think he's got him knocked out now. That's where he got his name.
All right.
Yep, we're going to get off.
The number 5 rider this season out of Ohio, the IPRA world champion, taking one to the 8.
Shane, he's riding good, and it's something that taking that to each PRS event that he's taking that confidence every week. He's staying on, and when you get on a roll, that confidence is good. No matter what bull you got beside your name, you got that confidence, and that rides a lot.
2 weeks in a row, he's made the Wrangler Final Four Showdown round. Did it in Loveland last week, and take a look at that big score, 89. He's got 2 good ones, and here's McKenna Wimberly, the number 2 rider in the world with no Samsel here. Samsel didn't make it. Here's the guy trying to move to number 1. All right.
Go ahead,
right.
McKinnon. He had to backdoor that bull a couple of times, especially with a torn bicep. You know that's got to be hurting him.
Boy, he does it again. Does it again. And so's Jason
going back in to
McCall.
Save the bullfighter. I don't think he needs your help.
Dory Cooper, the bullfighter's doing great. Rocky replay, and what a great job by the number 2 rider, McKenna Wimberly.
Oh, that's good watching right there. That bull's kind of got some drop, but he's having to backdoor every time there. He got to get down in there, or it's going to hurt his bicep even worse.
Needs an 84.5 for the win. He's got that and a whole bunch more. 92 points. He didn't want to win second again. He'd won 3 seconds this year, and he gets a big championship here in Portland in bull riding. Wimberly now will move ahead for this year's World Championship.
I heard that when I got here. I was talking to the guy that owns him, and he told me, he said, that bull's rank. And that was before he knew I had him or anything, you know. And so when I saw that I had him, I was excited about it. And everybody told me, they said, he's fast and he bucks. And sure enough, he did. And he got stronger the whole way through. And that's what a bucking bull is. A bull that'll buck as hard at 8 seconds as he does at 2 seconds. And they said that I'm the second person to ever ride him. And so, yeah, he's a bucking bull for sure.
Congratulations to McKenna Wimberly. He is back in first place. Saddle Bronc riding is next. J.J. Elsher has done some amazing things this year, but he's never come from 4th place to 1st. That's where he's at. We'll find out if he can do it when we come back.
There's a reason it's called rough stock. Just ask these guys. Tough, determined, not afraid of danger. I don't know about you, but I'd like to get to know them. Now you can. mastersoftheride.com. Be inspired.
Welcome back to the 2014 Portland Open. Now, rough stock fans, tickets are on sale now for the PRS World Finals, February 2nd and 3rd in Rapid City, South Dakota. Join us at the Rushmore Plaza Civic Center. Log on to ProRoughStock.com and reserve your seats now. Hey, and also, be sure to connect with Pro Rough Stock on your favorite social media platform. Our PRS team will keep you informed, inspired, and entertained, and it's the only way to get in on special offers and contests for PRS merchandise. That's PRS on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and a whole lot of other things I'm not too sure about. Time for our Wrangler Final Four Showdown round in Saddle Bronc riding. Kelly, let's look at our matchup.
Jake Blackwell and J.J. Elsher travel here together, and some of J.J.'s success must have rubbed off on Jade. He leads the way into tonight's Wrangler Final Four round, and he's got a former bareback horse called Cutthroat of Barty Pro Rodeo. Now another guy, Ray Tom, he's consistent. He's qualified in 4 Wrangler Final Four rounds of the last 6 events, but hasn't yet got a win. He's due. Let's see what gets done.
Oh, good stuff there. Let's get to it. All right, first man is J.J. Elsher. Remember, we talked about him coming in 4th. He's won a lot of events this year, but he's not come from 4th to 1st. Here's the opportunity for the number 1 rider this season. Had some jerk down right there out of there, Kelly.
Yeah, you know, come out of there. He missed that start on this right side. I'm sure the judge is going to dock him, but what a juice hog in the Bronc. You know, that horse right there gave him everything for that first place shot, but right here in that start, you can see that foot drop back. You know, that's an equivalent up to 5 points. I don't think they're going to hit him that hard with it, but definitely going to cost him a few points in the ride.
Boy, that horse hit hard there, Cord.
Yeah, well, that's a bucker. You love to watch horses like that go, and especially when JJ matches up with that. That's some good watching.
Good watching. He's been great watching all year. On the last stop in Loveland, he rode Chuckulator in the Wrangler Final Four round for 84 in the win. He's 87 here as we go to Alan Boone of Utah. Holy hoppin' hell from Bridwell Rodeo Company. He needs an 87 to take the lead.
What a good horse here, and she's just like what they say. She hops. She loves it. She's a bucking horse that just digs it across there. Really nice horse to ride. Kind of gets bound up in the fence, comes off hard, and he just missed a few licks right there at the end.
Okay, needs an 87 to take the lead. Alan Boone trying to take down the #1 rider for the season. Take a look at it again here, Cord. What'd you like? What'd you not like?
I do like that. Is a great horse. The only thing I think cost him a lot is the 6 and 7, 8 seconds is right there when the horse is flat and he can't spur, and that's going to cost him a lot. The judge is going to be tough on that.
Well, there was a jump there about the third jump where he didn't spur. He kind of hung his feet in the cantle. On a horse that good to ride, you got to just be going for it. You've got to nod your head and spur as soon as those front feet hit the ground, and that, you know, that aggression scores too.
So Alan Boone scores 83 points. That makes him 167.5 on 2. J.J. Elsher is still in the lead. And now we go to the #5 rider this season, Ray Tom Myers of Mills, Wyoming, on Bridwell's Cow Camp. He needs an 86.5 to take the lead, and he is in trouble.
Ooh.
Boy, you call that strong. That horse right there come out, used her head and those shoulders to literally jerk that saddle away from Ray Tom.
Yeah, when he got those saddle away from him, you can see he whipped him with that saddle a couple times. You see the bruises going to be on his shins right there.
What do they call that, a button candle fight?
You got it, and he lost.
No score for Ray Tom Myers, so J.J. Elsher continues to lead with one more guy to go. It's his traveling partner, Jade Blackwell from Rapid City, on Cutthroat from Bar T. Josie Young, 90 points at Everett in the bareback riding on this bucker, and he needs an 83.5 for the win.
That's a proven testament to horses. They can go both ways, bareback or bronc, and still be great. Not just satisfactory, but I mean great. That horse came out, I mean, really start side, made that move to the right, and Jay just stood up there, lifted on his rein, and beat her to every jump. That was a great ride. This guy's had a wonderful performance.
Oh, I'm telling you what now. All he needed was 83.5. Should have that and then some. Oh, yes, 88.5 for young Jade Blackwell. Is he going to smile? Does he know yet? He's got to know.
He's been traveling with JJ. And
there's the smile. Yeah, that's right. JJ has rubbed off on him. He has no emotion right there. Oh, cool as the underside of the pillow. Jade Blackwell, 176. JJ Elsher, a close second right there. Here's how Jade summed up his ride.
Oh, I feel pretty good. It's there towards the end of the year and there's not much going on. It feels pretty cool to go to something nice like this and come out with a little bit of money.
More to come from here in Portland. We'll update our season standings, award our top performers of the night, and look ahead to next week. Portland is home to internationally known Kershaw, known for their craftsmanship in building some of the finest knives and cutlery in the world. Kershaw has been an important partner of Pro Rough Stock, and they were our host here this weekend. Several PRS staff members had the chance to see the operation firsthand and were invited to build their own pocket knife. One thing is for sure, Kelly Timmerman, these knives are built with precision and care. How did you do on yours?
American made. That's as American as it gets. We said in the assembly line, they give us these knives, showed us how to do it, sharpened them. I mean, world-class outfit. They kept telling me that my knife was the best. And then I went around and I asked everybody, I said, how was your knife? And they said, well, they said I did the best. So, everybody must be the best there at Kershaw because they are the best.
The Kershaw Regional Sales Manager is Brandon Bacon.
We're all about quality, innovation, and design. And as a former person that used to sell the products out on the retail floor, it was always my #1 go-to because it was the best bang for your buck. You could get an American-made knife for under $50.
And Kelly, I think one of the first things you discovered, along with our bullfighters, Jason McCall and Tori Cooper, was just how many small parts went into these knives. But I got to admit, you got her done. And we want to certainly say thank you to Kershaw for all their hospitality and for their partnership with Pro Rough Stock. Now let's check out our updated season standings after the event here in Portland. In bareback riding, Justin McDaniel, Josie Young not here, but Brian Bain capitalized by being here and getting the win.
Yeah, B Money jumped up in the standings.
Now Bain jumped 10 spots from 16th to #6, and right now let's talk about bull riding. No surprise, Wimberley did it.
Well, I hate to call my shot. This bull riding has been changing every event, and McKenna Wimberley knows it. He knows it is between him, John Jacobs, and Dave Samsel, and he came through, moves him to #1.
And a guy who's been #1 all season, J.J. Elsher. He didn't win it, but he gathered up even more points.
But hey, do we got a new player out there? And Jake Blackwell comes in 177 on 2. First time this year at one of our events, jumps into 11th spot. But, you know, it's a race down to the end. I hope some of these new guys coming up really give JJ a run for his money.
Our Kershaw cutting-edge performance highlight of the night goes to...
Well, I tell you, a really, really sharp ride. McKinnon Wimberly, 92 points on Crown Drive. You know what? That moving him into the #1 spot, that is what's a Kershaw cutting-edge performance for me.
He stuck to him like hen poop on a pump handle. There's nothing like the best ride, and there's nothing like a Kershaw. You can't believe I said that, can you? Our John Deere big buck of the night goes to our top performing animal,
Paddy Wagon. When you draw a bucking horse in the final 4 round, you want that horse to want a buck as soon as that gate opens. That horse didn't miss a stride, bucked all the way across there. My big buck of the night goes to Paddy Wagon of Bridwell Rodeo.
And our big buck of the night is sponsored by John Deere. Nothing runs like a deer, nothing bucks like Paddy Wagon. Next on the tour, we'll head to the Bicentennial Center in Salina, Kansas for the PRS Midwest Classic. That event will also feature our second of 5 qualifiers for RFD TV's The American. For Gordon McCoy and Kelly Timberman, I'm Justin McKee. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. Hope to see you next time.
The PRS